Here we go. One-on-one special edition. We have Richie and myself. Al is doing something. Don't know. So I was just watching the Keith Thurman, Sean Porter fight. For those of you who don't know who they are, they're boxers. And Keith Thurman has cornrows, and I just thought, I don't care how good you are at anything, I can't root for somebody that wears cornrows.
Was he black or was he white?
I think he's black, but it's like one of those toss-ups. He's like a whiter Obama, like as far as like skin color goes. But I'm pretty sure he's black.
So he's like Klay Thompson. He's like a white guy that has like black hair.
Yeah, that's exactly who he is.
Okay. I think if you're black, you can do it. It's fine. Like Allen Iverson, like he was known for having cornrows, and he was awesome. I hated when Carmelo Anthony used to have cornrows. I thought he was an idiot.
Yeah. Dude, for some reason, to me, it's just so outdated, so cheesy. I just can't, if you have cornrows, I can't take you seriously.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think cornrows shows you're immature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're not going on a business deal, shaking hands for like a multi-million-dollar investment with cornrows on your head.
I would bet money that there's not one legitimate CEO with cornrows.
What do you mean legitimate? Worth over how much money? 500,000?
Just a company that's relevant. I mean, I could say I'm CEO of Luxury Bubbles, and that means nothing. Like a legitimate CEO, no way. One of them has cornrows. No way.
Yeah, I agree. There is one sport that I think cornrows is okay. Girls do it and guys with long hair in the UFC because you're fighting and like you got to put your hair back. You don't want to like have all your hair in front of your face while you're getting smashed. And I mean boxing too. But if it's your day-to-day hairstyle, that says something about who you are.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't know Keith Thurman that well, but I couldn't tell you if he fucking wears them day to day or not. No idea. But I'm going to assume that he does.
Well, here's the thing. If he didn't wear them day to day, wouldn't he just have really long black hair? And that would be kind of weird, like this weird like afro that kind of like hung down. And you would know an athlete that had that. They would stand out.
Before I turned on the TV, I couldn't tell you if he was white, if he was black. Didn't know. I have no idea what this guy looks like. I just have heard that he's a good fighter.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, where does cornrow fall in on hairstyles?
Shit. It's a step above a mullet.
So, and are you saying mullet is your number 1?
Number 1 worse?
Yeah, like 1 to 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best. The worst.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's a good question. I think any haircut for a guy that's balding or bald, but he's trying to save it and he's just putting a little bit over. I think that's the worst. Just rock it, man. Just rock it.
I agree.
So
just
I think
own your body.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we still know you're fucking bald. We can see your fucking skull.
You would look way better just shaving your head than you would trying to cover up your bald head.
Yeah, I don't get it.
These 3 little hairs are not going to be like, oh my, look, this guy has luscious hair. Look at this. He's amazing.
Right. So I feel like that's the worst. There's the Jerry curl. The mullet is up there. Cornrows is up there.
You know what I think? I think the worst might be the rat tail.
Ooh, that is definitely the worst.
Dude, if you're a guy that kind of has like normal hair and then just the lower part just has one long braid or something, That's fucking gross.
And we're like, let's be clear, we're not talking about a ponytail. We're talking about a rat tail.
Yeah, picture a rat's tail, a thin, long, like gross, hanging out. Oh, that's the worst haircut of all time.
I mean, there are guys that can pull off ponytails and like man buns. Like some people look really fucking cool with that shit, but nobody looks cool in a rat tail.
No, even picture the guys that look good with like long hair. They're normally like pretty tan, athletic, like good looking dudes. You cut their hair off and you just do a rat tail, you go like, oh, this is good looking. Oh, God, he's gross. He's fucking nasty. Like, he changes completely.
Like this guy is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Now, what's your other end of the spectrum? If those are your low, what's like the number one?
A well pulled off man bun is probably up there.
Yeah? Okay. I'm more.
You really can't duplicate it. I mean, obviously there are multiple people that like wear that, but most people look terrible. Yeah. If you can pull it off, there's not a whole lot better, at least right now.
Okay. I like the. I think if I'm going top, I think you can tell my haircut. I'm trying to do something similar, just not as dramatic. But the David Beckham, like the full blown like slick back, like kind of pompadour, like tight on the sides. That's just, it's classy, and also he just looks fucking cool. He's all tatted out.
Yeah. Did you see Bryce Harper? Like maybe a couple weeks ago, he had a video with his hair like that, but it's like super fucking tall. It's kind of ridiculous how tall it is, but it also, because of who he is, it just looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a fine line between like too big, like being too high on your head, and not being high enough if you're trying to do that type of hairstyle.
Yeah, totally. And I'm like, I kind of do that a little bit, not really, but my hair just, I can't get it to stay up.
Dude, the Baxter's isn't working for you?
It is, but my hair grows so fast and it's so fucking thick that it's super fucking heavy. So if I don't stay on top of my cuts, which I normally don't because I'm lazy, it becomes tough.
Yeah. I just cut my hair the other day.
Yourself?
Dude, I only cut my hair myself.
I wish that's how I was.
Well, I mean, granted, I think I give myself pretty good haircuts. They're probably not as good as professional haircuts, but I think if somebody saw me, they wouldn't know that I did it myself.
Right. And the fact that you spend literally no money on your haircuts, even if it was like worse than what it is, because you're spending nothing on it, totally worth it.
Exactly. And like, especially in Los Angeles, dude, if I go to like a barber and I want just a basic cut, it's going to be at least $35 plus tip. So if you leave $5, like that's a $40 haircut. Like,
yeah, fuck that.
And if you want to keep your hair up to date, $40 every 2 weeks.
Can't afford that.
No, that's a lifestyle that is way beyond my means, my friend. I'll do it myself, and I'll drink my wine.
I go to Supercuts every like 3 to 4 weeks. I fucking hate Supercuts. I think they suck. But they're so fucking cheap that I can't justify going anywhere else. And I hate my haircut as soon as I get it. And I basically just don't like my hair all the time because I'm so cheap that I force myself to go to Supercuts. And it's just horrible.
What if you went to like a step up, like a little like salon type place, spent like, $10 more, but then got them less frequently?
That's honestly, like, I'm learning that now.
After so, like 17 years of getting haircuts?
Not just with anything. Like, if you're going to buy something, if you get the cheapest thing, it's cheap for a reason. Like, like, this is super off topic, kind of, but I bought like grass seed, and I bought cheap grass seed, and I bought good grass seed, and the cheap grass seed doesn't do shit. It's just fucking might as well just be dirt because no grass came from it. But then you buy the good grass seed, and I like where I put that. It's like luscious and spongy and super fucking good.
You're just rolling around in how comfortable it is.
I was rolling around in it earlier today with Jack, just playing. But where I laid down the shitty grass seed, we can't roll around because it's still fucking dirt.
You would just look like football players, like going to battle by the time you're done with it, just like black all over your face.
Yep.
Training him young.
Yep. Yeah, I mean he's like training himself. He like tackles his stuffed animals already. Like he has like a Mickey Mouse stuffed animal that's taller than he is, and he just like throws him down and like jumps on him and stuff, and like pig piles him.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So in the news, the past probably like 2 or 3 years, like SeaWorld has been put through the ringer of like how their animals are treated like unfairly and how they shouldn't be in captivity. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that, like, especially with having a son now. I remember growing up, we would go to SeaWorld with like our parents, and I always loved it because you could like see all these animals that you would never see anywhere else. You wouldn't see them in real life. So do you have feelings one way versus the other? And now that you have a kid, how that weighs into it?
Yeah. Honestly, like, as far as like zoos and that shit goes, I could not care less. I don't have an opinion. Like, I'll bring Jack there. I won't bring him there. Whatever. I mean, like, SeaWorld is cool. Like, I want it, like me, I want to go to SeaWorld so that I can ride, like, Kraken or a roller coaster.
I'm all about petting the dolphins.
Dude, petting dolphins is awesome, but you can't just spend your time, like, your whole time there, and then everything else is just horrible. Like, petting the stingrays, like, do you ever fully commit to petting a stingray? Like
no, because it's so scary, dude. Even though you know that like they don't have their barb anymore, like you're 100% sure that they're gonna fucking sting you.
And they're slimy. And
it'll just be like Steve Irwin all over again. You'll put your hand in the tank, a barb will come up, fucking jab you, and then you're dead.
You're done. And I've seen the seal show too many times. I know what's going to happen. It's been the same for 20 years.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anybody. Oh, there's a mouse or there's a rat that's stealing the fucking map.
It's not a rat, it's an otter, dude. It's an otter.
Well, they got me, I guess.
They're fooling somebody.
But I mean, animals die. Like, they, I'm sure, are not really abusing their animals. They're feeding them and taking care of them. Are they, like, in a body of water that's as big as the ocean? No. But I also put my dog in a crate when I leave the house when she was young. So, what's the difference?
Yeah, this is what I think about that whole, like, zoo, like, SeaWorld thing, is I think, as a kid, I loved going there. I thought it was the coolest thing. And same with zoos. I still like going to shit like that today because you get to see things that like you don't know anything about, and you get to learn about them and interact. It's a lot more hands-on than just reading a book or watching a television show. So if it takes like a couple animals to be kind of like fucked over and put in captivity for like the better of their species to survive, because maybe like everybody that sees them, like a bigger percentage is going to want to help them out. Isn't it kind of worth it in the long run?
I think so. And let me ask you this. Like, I didn't watch the SeaWorld documentary, so maybe the answer for my question is in that, but why are people flipping out about, or were people flipping out about SeaWorld and not just about zoos in general? What's the difference?
Good question. I did not watch the documentary either. But I feel like SeaWorld.
Why? How? Like, we didn't watch it. Why is this a topic?
I don't know. It just came to my head. That's all. You're talking about Jack, and I wanted to know if you wanted to bring Jack to SeaWorld. I like SeaWorld.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I feel like why SeaWorld was used is because they're a major corporation. Like, you could do like, attack the LA Zoo, or there's a Brooklyn Zoo, I believe, or just whatever big zoo. But SeaWorld is a worldwide company, and so easier to attack something like that than it is if picture like a little mom and pop zoo. That's just called a farm. What are you going to take down a farm?
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, that just hit me. That just came to me. That's pretty good. What's the difference between a zoo and a farm? A zoo just has more animals.
Yeah. Very true.
So.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
These people are complaining about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, a farm, I guess you use the animals to live. Like, you get eggs from a chicken and eat them. You milk a cow and you drink it. But is that...
Then you're making the animals work for you rather than just letting animals chill in an awesome environment and giving them free food.
Yeah, kind of like slavery in a way.
Dude, I think we're onto something. We should make a documentary about how farm... Well, actually, that's not good because I like farms because I eat a lot of shit that are from farms.
Yep.
But compared to zoo animals are like the kings of the captive world. And farm animals are the slaves of the captive world.
Yeah. So what, like, this, if I'm ever going to a zoo or I drive near one and there's a protest about zoos, this is going to be my argument. Just came up with it right now.
Yeah. Dude, that's so good. I want to, if anybody watches this, can rebuttal it, please message us or comment or whatever, because I'd like to hear the other side of this. I want to know what the other mindset is, because right now, I think we have the perfect argument.
Right now, hard to argue. Maybe it's the 2 handfuls of Corona, maybe it's the wine. But it seems like we nailed it.
I would rather be a goat in a zoo than a goat on a farm. That's all I got to say.
Speaking of the goat, this was the greatest of all time drinks and things. If you liked it, let us know. If you didn't, comment below. Rhyme, time, we out of time. Y'all have a good night.
All right.